We're back out on the bass buggy, and today we're talking about 3 little things the pros are doing with this guy that you aren't. Stick around. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a nice one, hon.
Are you recording?
Yes, I am recording. Oh, he's pulling. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that dude. Nut. Hang on, I think I can get him. Whew. Oh yeah. Look at that monster.
There we are. That is a beautiful, gorgeous bass.
I guess 2 pounds. I guess 2 pounds. All right, let's go ahead and let him go. There you go, little buddy. Thanks for playing. Welcome back to Lowbrow Fishing, and today we're talking about this little guy, the vibrating jig, the bladed jig, the chatterbait. Whatever you choose to call these things, they are an important part of any angler's arsenal. Now, we often think of these as a natural evolution of this, the spinnerbait. But that only tells part of the story. A better way to think of it is if a spinnerbait and a regular old jig had a baby. Now, when you think of it in those terms, it opens up a whole new area of possibilities. And today, we're going to look at the things that the pros are doing with the chatterbait that you're not. Now, the first thing you have to remember about the good old chatterbait is it's more skirted jig than it is anything else. Hence the term bladed jig or vibrating jig. It is essentially a jig. Most of us, when they get these in our hand, they fish it like a spinnerbait or swim bait. We throw them out and we bring them back to the boat on a straight retrieve. But that is limiting the potential of these so much. So the first thing we're going to do, that skirt's got to go. Now we have a blank slate to do so many different things with them. Let's see. The first step is you can treat it like a pitching or flipping jig, in which case, just put a creature bait on it. Again, the skirt's been taken off and I've got a Berkeley Pit Boss on this. I can throw this around isolated grass piles. I can throw this on hydrilla flats and it comes through very cleanly. I can stroke it like a jig, which is why you want a better type of chatterbait. Now, usually on this show we're talking budget, but sometimes better is just better. And in that case, you're going to want a chatterbait that thumps early because we're not going to be doing a straight retrieve. We're going to be stroking it like a jig. We'll be pulling it up, winding it down, pulling it up, winding it down, stroking it like a jig. And with this creature bait, it oftentimes draws those really big strikes. This attracts those big boys out of the grass and entices them to just inhale it. It is a great profile and presentation to throw, and they've been doing it on lakes like Eufaula, Chickamauga, Gunnersville, and this thing has been getting hogs.
Come on. It may not be that big, but it should. Oh no, that is a nice one. That's a catfish.
Oh my. Okay.
That is a channel cat.
Oh yeah.
That is a channel cat. Oh, I need the pliers. Wow. That is a channel cat. If we were keeping, that's good eating right there. That's the best eating. There you go. It's 2-pound catfish.
Now, next up is mainly more for a boat angler than it is for a bank angler. And this is something I use often when I'm in the bass buggy. And that is, I put a good old swim bait on the end of it. I'm treating it like a swim bait jig. This is a 3.75 Rage Tail Strike King. And this is on a Thunder Cricket. And I love throwing this. Now, in deeper water, I'll throw this out, I'll cast it out, bomb it way out there, and I will let it pendulum down. and then I'll bring it back and I'll let it pendulum down again, very similarly to how I would be fishing a regular swim bait jig. And it's extremely effective on getting those deep and suspending fish. All I'm essentially doing is casting it out and letting it pendulum down all the way to the bottom. I bring it back up a little bit, let it pendulum down, and I'm doing this all the way to the boat. And I'm telling you what, it gets hit hard. So if you haven't tried this presentation, I encourage you to do so. I think you'll really like the results. And lastly, we have probably the most unconventional marriage between two baits you've ever seen. Good old tube and the chatterbait. This beast is colloquially known as the chatter tube. So we're going to take our bare chatterbait and we're going to take our tube and we're just going to thread it on there. And the point is to go all the way through. You don't want the hook coming out the side. You want to try to go all the way to the bottom with it and have that hook come out right there. And then you push it up and over. Try to get it up over like that to where that head disappears. And then you pull it back just a little bit so it catches. And it looks like that. Basically like a pig in a blanket from when you were a kid and you had the hot dogs in the rolls. That's kind of what you're looking for there. And this thing right here is so versatile. You can fish this along docks. You can fish this along laydowns and wood. You can fish it around stumps. And it does really, really well along riprap. Smallmouth up north crushed this thing. And even in deeper water, spots and largemouth have been known to go after this thing like crazy. A friend of mine actually caught his PB using this presentation. 11 pounds, 6 ounces. And he caught it in Florida on the Harris chain using this very technique around grass piles. It was great and it was highly effective. I suggest you give it a try. It's super simple and it's super easy to do. I think you'll like it. So there you have it. As you can see, the bladed jig is far more versatile than many anglers give it credit for. The pros are using these tips and hacks all across the country to catch big fish and cash big checks. Try them out. I think you'll really like how effective they are. Thanks for watching Lowbrow Fishing. We'll catch you in the next one.